Before we get into this video, 68% of you that watch these videos are not subscribed. Get your life together. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, leave a like on this video. Subscribe, turn on notifications, leave a like. In this video, we're going to talk about Luis Castillo and the trade rumors that have started just today. At the time of filming this video, it is Sunday. At the time of filming this video, December 20th. Yeah, December 20th. So we're going to talk about that, draw up some trades for Luis Castillo, and if I think they should trade him or not right now. So yeah, that's what we're going to do in today's video. And the Reds, as we know, they're just trying to blow it up this offseason. It seems like there's been rumors about Eugenio Suarez, Luis Castillo, Sonny Gray, and they've kind of said that maybe Trevor Bauer is too expensive for the Reds. I don't know what direction the Reds are going in right now. It seems like rebuilding, but like Joey Votto, one of their oldest players, it looks like he's kind of in an unmovable contract. The Reds are in a very interesting situation to talk about right now, and I personally think that they should run it back because I think even without Trevor Bauer, they do have a very, very good MLB team. But I think they had in 2020 a disappointing year because I predicted them to win the NL Central. I thought they were the best team in the NL Central, but they did not play like that. And you would think they would with a team like they had. They had very good hitting, very good pitching. Their main problem was hitting, and they're trying to move some of these hitters. Now, Eugenio Suarez wasn't as good as he has been in previous years, and that was a big reason for that. Joey Votto, he has regressed since being in the major since for the last 2 years. He's kind of regressed. But I still think this team is a very, very good team that can compete in the National League Central because they've pretty much got at least free fourth place because the Pirates are terrible. And they've got a free fourth place pretty much. But third place, second place, first place is going to be tough. I'm not a big believer in the Brewers. Maybe some are, maybe some aren't. I'm not a big believer in the Milwaukee Brewers. I don't think their pitching is very good. Sonny Gray, he's been all over trade rumors kind of since the offseason started that they want to move him on a very cheap contract. Luis Castillo, though, is a player that was in that Cy Young conversation in 2019, pitched so well, but really just could not get it together in the 60-game season of 2020. Now, I don't think it's the right idea to move him right now for the simple reason that he can get way more value at the trade deadline or next offseason if he has a good season. Because I think his value is at the lowest it could be right now. And that's just my opinion. But I think it could be at the lowest right now because after he pitched as bad as he did in 2020, if I'm an MLB team, I don't really want to give the Reds a bunch of good prospects back for him. He's a young pitcher that has a lot of potential, and I think he really does have a lot of potential. I'm going to draw up some trades in a few minutes. But I don't think it's the right move to trade him. Now, Sonny Gray, on the other hand, I think it might be the move to trade him. Because I think if you trade Sonny Gray, Luis Castillo has an even better role on this team, honestly. He just does. He's the certified ace on this team, and he's going to be really, really good. Now, it's going to be the Reds, it's going to be tough in the NL Central. You're still going to have the Cardinals. It looks like the Cubs probably aren't going to move on from anybody, just what they do usually, run it back. The Brewers, they still can be competitive, especially if Christian Yelich is more like a 2019 NL MVPs or NL MVP type self. And I just don't think it's the right move right now to move on from Luis Castillo. I think they should move on from him at the trade deadline or otherwise if they are looking to rebuild. But I don't think rebuild's the right idea either. I think they have a lot of win-now players on their team. Shogo Akiyama, he was a big disappointment in 2020. He did not have a very good season. And overall, this Reds team, they need a lot of help. I'm just going to be honest. With or without Trevor Bauer, they need a lot of help. I'm not a big believer in their bullpen. I think Amir Garrett's very good. They non-tendered Archie Bradley, not very good there. And this bullpen needs a ton of help. This bullpen is not very good. They've got Michael Lorenzen, Amir Garrett. Those are the only players that should really be there to stay. Maybe Lucas Sims you move this offseason. Or Lucas Sims maybe is there to stay. I really don't know. I think Lucas Sims could be a really, really good relief pitcher for them. But I really think this team has a lot of, I think, a center fielder they could use because Akiyama wasn't in. And I think they've got a good team. They need a shortstop, obviously. Maybe Didi Gregorius is an option. People thought that. But it looks like they just don't want to spend any money. And they just don't want to spend any money from what it seems like right now. And when they do want to spend money, then they'll be a lot better of a team because they spent money on Castellanos. They gave up very minimal to get Trevor Bauer. This team has made some good moves, but they are also really trying to get rid of their team. That was a very good team and a playoff team. Obviously, it wasn't the expanded playoffs. But I'm just not a fan of trading Luis Castillo right now. I think they should wait. That's my opinion. I'm going to go ahead, draw up some trades, and give the reasons why these trades would make sense for both sides. Okay, my first team's the Philadelphia Phillies. Now, here's the thing with the Phillies. If you're going to trade for him, I don't think Spencer Howard or Alex Bohm is needed here. I think that you can get this deal done without giving up a prospect like a Spencer Howard or an Alex Bohm. But I think you are going to have to give up some very decent prospects to get Luis Castillo services. I think teams are going to want him, and they're going to give up a lot to get him. So my first team is the Philadelphia Phillies. Let's go ahead and draw up a trade that would make sense for both sides. I think in this trade, what the Reds should want back, number one, is Mickey Moniak. Mickey Moniak was their top 5 pick in the 2016 draft, if I remember right. And Mickey Moniak's a very good player who is MLB now ready and can play center field for this team. I really like this move. I think they should definitely do that. That's going to be one piece that they get, and probably the main piece of this trade, because yes, he's ranked number 12 in the farm system right now, but he's a very good player, and at times he's been ranked as high as number 1, I'm pretty sure, in their farm system. So he's the first piece. Next piece is Scott Kingery. Scott Kingery is a good utility player who can play about everywhere. He can play center field, left field, and the infield. He can play about everywhere, and I think he would be a great move for this team to get a Scott Kingery. And our final player is going to be Adam Hazley. I think Adam Hazley has to go. He's just going to be another outfielder in this trade, really. And, yeah. We're also going to give up another prospect here. We're going to give up Kyle Dowie, a left-handed pitcher who's their number 27 prospect, who's supposed to be ready very soon to be in the major leagues. So that's their package. They're going to be giving up Mickey Moniak, Adam Hazley, Scott Kingery, and Kyle Doty for Luis Castillo. Now, here's the mindset why the Phillies do this. He's a cheaper option that you can get, and he's an option that you definitely need. Nola, Wheeler, and Castillo would look pretty good in that rotation. A very good top 3. Yes, you still could use some help in that back end, but you're looking pretty good. You still need a trade for a catcher. I think Salvador Perez is possibly an option for them personally. And the mindset behind this for the Reds is you get a outfielder. That's what you need. You get a young left-handed pitcher who maybe could turn into something for you. You don't really know. But Mickey Moniak's the main piece in this trade. Scott Kingery, he showed a lot of potential before, but his value is at the absolute lowest right now. And if you could get him for this, I think it's a deal. I really do. I think it's a deal. I think if I get this offer and I'm the Reds, I do this trade. I personally, in this trade, maybe am hyping up Luis Castillo a little much, but this is what I think his value is. I think this is what you're going to have to get a Luis Castillo. That's just my opinion. Maybe you guys think his value is lower or his value is higher. I don't know. I don't really know how you think his value could be higher, but maybe you do. I don't know. Next, I think we're going to come up with 5 trades in this video. I think that's reasonable. Sounds good to me. I really like drawing up these trades. They're fun for me to do. Next team is the Boston Red Sox, the team that looks to be trying to get better. And the Boston Red Sox are a perfect fit. He's not going to cost a lot of money, which is something that the Red Sox need to worry about because they pay a lot of players a bunch of money. And Luis Castillo and Sonny Gray may be an option for the Boston Red Sox. But I think that Luis Castillo should definitely be an option for this team. Let's go ahead and draw up a trade, or I'll draw up a trade and you guys can listen. Now, in this trade, we're not going to be giving up a Bobby Dalbec, a Rafael Devers, Xander Bogaerts. We're not going to be giving up that because you don't have to give that up. That's the thing. You don't have to give that up. This trade's going to be a little crazy. Luis Castillo to the Boston Red Sox for Andrew Benintendi. And a couple more prospects. Connor Wong, the Red Sox numbers 19 prospect who can play catcher, second base, third base. He can play multiple positions. He's a ready now player. And also in this trade, they are going to be giving up their number 30 prospect, Brandon Howlett, a third baseman. It looks like he's not going to be up for a while until about 2022. And in this trade, they're going to have to give up Thad Ward, a right-handed pitcher who will be up in 2021 according to MLB.com. So here's the mindset behind this trade. You give up some prospects, you give up a player that has been known to perform, but Andrew Benintendi was absolutely trashed in 2020, and I think he's worth giving up for Luis Castillo because you can still have a good outfield without Andrew Benintendi. That's not a problem. And you've already got Hunter Renfroe this offseason. I think they should give up Andrew Benintendi if that's what you need to give up for Luis Castillo or Sonny Gray. I don't care. You need to get the pitching, and you're looking at a really good rotation here with Chris Sale, Eduardo Rodriguez, Nathan Eovaldi, and Luis Castillo. That's a really good rotation. Now, yes, you still could use a ton of relief pitching. The Red Sox are not done yet if they do this trade. So don't let it get confused. They're not done yet. They should still make more moves. They still need relief pitching. And yeah, I mean, their hitting, it's kind of set to me. They've got really good hitting. Maybe you could say they need a second baseman, and you're probably right there. But I really like this trade. Reds get a couple prospects to build towards the future because the Reds, it doesn't look like they're trying to compete right now at all. And I think this is a great trade. Benintendi has a ton of potential. He can play center field, left field, right field, wherever. I really like this trade. I think it's a good move. I would do it if I'm the Reds. I would do it if I'm the Red Sox. I like this trade a lot. The Padres, they've been interested in a few pitchers already this offseason, including Sonny Gray and some other pitchers. Why not draw up a trade for Luis Castillo? Now, Mike Clevenger is out with Tommy John surgery for the 2021 season. They've got Dinelson Lamet. Chris Paddock really needs a bounce-back season. And they've got Zach Davies, but they're really lacking a starting pitcher in that rotation. And I think Luis Castillo would be perfect for this team. Personally, their bullpen is looking really good, especially if they could get a Kirby Yates, Liam Hendricks, whoever. And their bullpen looks good. They could still use a Kirby Yates back. Their hitting looks good for the most part. I mean, it really looks good. Maybe you move Will Myers this offseason, but this team looks really good. They just need another starting pitching arm. And Luis Castillo would be perfect. They have a great farm system and a farm system that can definitely get this trade done. So, let's go ahead and draw up a trade. I'm going to go, obviously, Castillo to the Padres, but I'm going to have them giving Jorge Mateo back, a prospect that they got from the Oakland A's, who is a very good player, and I think a player that the Reds would want in this trade because he could be a shortstop to replace Freddie Galvis' services. I think this would be a very good move to get Jorge Mateo in this trade and a couple other prospects that I'm going to have them getting in this trade. Jorge Mateo, he's a big piece of this trade. Don't get it screwed. Also in this trade, they're going to get Justin Lang, a right-handed pitching prospect, who's their number 12 prospect. Probably won't be up till 2024 according to this. And they're going to get Blake Hunt, the number 14 prospect, for the Padres, a catcher, a full right now, so he won't be up till 2022 according to MLB.com. And they're going to get their number 29 prospect, Jordy Barley, a shortstop. 2023 is his estimated in the big leagues time. So this is a great trade, I think. Jorge Mateo, very, very good prospect. He's your replacement at shortstop and your shortstop for the future. You also get their number 12 and number 14 prospects in Justin Lang, who I think was just drafted in 2020. Blake Hunt, who's going to be a good catcher, it looks like, for the future. And they get Jordy Barley, who maybe could turn into something. I like this trade a lot. I would do it if I'm the Padres. Let's go ahead and let's draw up two more trades. Next team is the Los Angeles Angels. I feel like every pitcher they come up in, every pitcher trade ideas type of video they're in. They're just there. And I think that they definitely could get a trade done. So let's go ahead and draw up a trade. Luis Castillo to the LA Angels for Brandon Marsh. Jahimi Jones, who is a second baseman, probably could play shortstop too if we're being honest. And their number 1 and number 7 prospects who they get in this trade. I don't think a Joe Adele is worthy, but I think of Brandon Marsh. I think I would trade him for Luis Castillo. A certified ace in your rotation, I would do it. Also in this trade, they're going to give Luis Rengifo back to the Reds, a player that's just kind of a utility player. Maybe could be something for the Reds. So those are the 3 players that they get. They get their number 1, number 7, and Luis Rengifo. Maybe you throw Franklin Barreto in here too. It doesn't really matter. Maybe you throw Jared Walsh instead of Jahimi Jones. I don't know, but I think this is a good trade for both sides. I would do this personally if I am the Cincinnati Reds. There's no reason why I'm not doing this. I'm getting Brandon Marsh. He's the center fielder for the future. And I get a shortstop. And I get Luis Rengifo. Deal. If I get this deal, I'm doing it in a second. A heartbeat if I'm the Cincinnati Reds general manager. Personally. So, the mindset behind this for the Angels is obviously you get your ace. And that's what you're looking for. You build a rotation of Heaney, Bundy, Canning, and obviously Castillo. Maybe you get Bauer still too. Bauer, Castillo, Bundy, Heaney, and Canning. Whew, that rotation is really, really good. Especially if Dylan Bundy can pitch like he did in 2020. The Angels, they might be in that World Series contention if they can get this dream scenario for them. Luis Castillo is not cost much. I always say this, but I literally need to find out how much he gets paid. So let me go do that, and I'll be back. He's getting paid about $4 million next season. That's an absolute steal. Now, he's arbitration. He's a 2024 free agent, so he's arbitration and arbitration. I'm really not big into the arbitration. You can probably look it up on YouTube and find arbitration and what it means, and it explains it really well. But that's not me. I'm not here to explain it really well. That's just not what I do. I draw up the trades. I don't do the contracts or the arbitration or anything like that. I just draw up the trades. We're actually going to draw up 3 more trades from here. First team, Tampa Bay Rays. Rays could definitely use a player like a Luis Castillo. He could be the number 2 in this rotation, really, especially since Charlie Morton's gone. I think they should definitely try to get Luis Castillo. And considering the farm system that they have, no excuses. The way they develop pitching is great. And they really could use a player like a Luis Castillo, in my opinion. I really would like to see them make a move for a Luis Castillo. I really do want to see it. And Blake Snell, Castillo, Glasnow, Yarbrough, Josh Fleming, and Michael Wacha in that rotation would be a great, great rotation. And it's going to be a great, great rotation without. So I really, really think they should. He could be the Charlie Morton replacement, and I would really like it. So, let's go ahead and draw up a trade. First player in this trade is going to be Ronaldo Hernandez, a catcher, who is supposed to be up in 2021, according to MLB.com. Number 12 prospect for the Rays. I think they should look for a catcher in these trades, and this is your catcher. Next is Xavier Edwards, second baseman / shortstop. A player that's going to be ready 2022. He was in AA last time minor leagues played, which was in 2019. So probably AAA for 2021 if they play. Now, you're wondering, Rays fans, you're probably like, well, why do we have to give up this much? Here's the mindset behind this. You still have Vidal Brujan and Wander Franco. You don't really need an Xavier Edwards. You have no use for him. So you give up him in this trade, which kind of means you don't have to give up Brett Honeywell in this trade, which is kind of a W. And then you're going to give up Oslavius Busby, a shortstop, who's supposed to be up in 2023, who you just got from the Rangers. That's okay that you give him up. He's the number 28 prospect. They still have a good farm system, and they still have a really good farm system and a really good farm system for the future, even with this trade. So, yeah, I like this trade a lot. Like I said, I love the idea of the Rays trading for him. Now, the Rays, they don't appear a lot in these videos. So this is their first appearance in a trade-type video. So, yeah. I like this idea. Definitely do it if I'm the Rays. Because, like I said, you still have Wander Franco, Vidal Brujan. Very good, Next team is the San Francisco Giants, a team that's already made a move this offseason, getting Anthony DeSclafani in free agency for like a 1 year, $7 million deal or something like that. And the Giants, they're building a pretty good starting pitching with Kevin Gausman, Anthony DeSclafani, Logan Webb, Tyler Beede. Johnny Cueto obviously kind of won't get him out of there, but that's understood. But I think a Luis Castillo trade could get done. Luis Castillo to the Giants for Mauricio Dubon and Alex Dickerson, Steven Duggar. This is kind of the outfield trades. I know I don't like this trade a lot, but I'm going to draw it up. Dubon, Duggar, and Will Wilson, who will be up at 2022 shortstop / second baseman. I mean, I'm not a big fan of this trade. I'm just going to be honest. I'm not a big fan of this trade. This is an outside trade that I would not do if I'm the Reds, especially if these other offers were on the table. Final team here is going to be the Toronto Blue Jays. Let's go ahead and draw up a trade for the Toronto Blue Jays. Luis Castillo to the Blue Jays for Will Robertson. 2022 is his estimated time to be up in the major leagues. Orlavius Martinez, shortstop. I don't think they have to give up Simon Woods Richardson in this trade. That's my personal opinion. But I think a Jordan Groshans is a possible player that you have to give up in this trade scenario. Maybe you do. Maybe Alex Manoah is another player that you have to give up. I'm not necessarily sure. I think I'm going to give two trade packages here. Groshans and what's his face? Oh my. I totally forgot who else I said. Give me a sec. Will Robertson. Sorry about that. An outfielder. And I think they do have to give up Riley Adams in this trade, a catcher. I think I would consider this trade, especially if I'm looking for just prospects. I might do this trade if I'm the Reds. I don't know that it beats the other packages, though. I'm just going to be honest. Next team, the New York Mets. I know they come up in like every one of these videos, and that's okay. They are literally interested in everybody as well with the Blue Jays. So yeah, let's go ahead and draw up a trade for the Mets. Obviously, the Mets get Luis Castillo for Andy Rodriguez, a catcher / outfielder, Elise Sanchez, a ready now catcher. They also get in this trade Josh Wolf, the number 9 Mets prospect, and Mark Vientos, the number 7 Mets prospect. In this trade, I think this could get done, especially if you're looking for all prospects. Maybe you also throw in a Dominic Smith in this trade. Do I think that's the greatest idea? No. Do I think Brandon Nemo's the greatest idea? No. Do I think Jeff McNeil's the greatest idea? No. I don't think you should give any of those up, if you possibly cannot. Seth Lugo, now you can really move him to the bullpen, because you have DeGrom, you have Stroman, you have Syndergaard, you have Castillo, you have one of the best rotations in baseball, and you have one of the best rotations in baseball with or without Castillo. I like this trade. You're wondering, where really do I see Luis Castillo going? I know if you have watched the end of this video, thank you. You're a legend. Thank you so much for watching to the end of this video. I know it's a long video. You must have really enjoyed something, so leave a like. Subscribe if you've not yet, and turn on notifications. Yeah, so what trade do I see getting done? Out of all these trades, I think the Angels might be the favorites in this trade, because I think they are willing to give up a player like a Brandon Marsh. I think the Padres or Rays, I think those are my top 3 teams right now, and the Mets are in there too. The Rays, Mets, Padres, and Angels. If these trades were available, I'm totally going with the Rays one. That's just my opinion. I'm going with the Rays one. Angels second, Mets third. And yeah, that's my top 3. I think the Rays is a perfect idea. That's just my opinion. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you'll get notified when I upload a video. Check out my basketball channel. There might be a video there today. I really have no clue. I'm just going to be honest. I have no clue. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and peace.